let's talk Wheel of Fate and unique synthesis. So Wheel of Fate is a new system that changed daily missions. In here we have starting nodes, which are in every single corner. These are starting nodes. You can select whichever you want to. Their mission is to clear the area twice. Sometimes it's only to clear once. And you have a specific nation, which is a map authority. You can see what cards you have for this specific mission. For the completion, we get a little bit of rewards, and of course, we get a new fissure fragment. Fissure fragment is required to complete unique synthesis. It requires 10 fissure fragments and 300k gold to do one unique synthesis. On the nodes in here, there are a few things to know. These nodes are called time trials, and in time trials, you have a limited amount of time to complete a map. It says Ganida, but you don't need to add map in here. It opens a portal with the map. So it doesn't matter which one you do, these are the same. In the middle, there is a boss node, and boss node is really strong. The boss itself, it's almost unkillable, especially at Chaos level statue 20, for now, for early game I mean. There is also Astrologer NPC, this icon, and this is where you do unique synthesis. You need to catch him on these nodes. The problem is that when you complete a node, Astrologer NPC moves away. It can move away, either move away from you or move towards you. It's random and it's RNG. It takes a few times to catch him. Sometimes you can get lucky and catch it immediately. Another thing is, if you see, for example, if you only want to do the maps with the authorities that drops the charms that you need for upgrades, don't be afraid. You can reset this infinite amount of times and you don't have to complete it fully. You can complete 1 or 2 nodes and then reset if you don't find the correct nation to drop the charms for your build. It only costs 5k to reset as many times as you want. There is literally 0 problems. One thing to mention, that most of these nodes, they award very little amount of fissure fragments. All of the fissure fragments come from the trial, from these nodes. And in these nodes, you have to defeat the bosses. You don't have to defeat the normal NPCs. They don't drop anything. You just want to rush to the boss. This is how the trial looks like. I chose the Tipan trial, but all of them are similar the way they look. They are just linear map. At the start, you have 5 seconds to prep. On the right side, it shows how many boss NPCs there are and how much time you have to kill them. What I'm gonna do in here, I'm mostly gonna rush straight to the boss, because normal NPCs, they don't drop any of the fissure fragments, only the boss does. I killed the boss, I still had plenty of time. I didn't loot fissure fragments, but this is where I did a mistake. Right now there is a bug in the game that you have to loot them yourself. There is another thing, if you don't loot those, you have to leave the map manually. If you leave the map through the death window, you're not gonna loot any of the fissure fragments. There is a pet bug. But what I suggest, just loot them yourself. Don't wait for your pet basically. These guys are pretty strong by the way. The map level, it says 170. It doesn't feel like 170. It feels more like 150, 155. But yeah, be careful in here. Bosses is all you need. I only killed 4. There is, I think, 8 or 9 of those, and every single of them is gonna drop some fissure fragments. This one is gonna be the last I killed because he almost killed me. They do a lot of damage. I loot the fissure fragments, and if you leave the map manually like this, it's gonna collect the fissure fragments automatically. As you can see, I'm showing I have 87, and I didn't loot the first one, but when I leave like that, through exit button, I'm gonna show my inventory again, I have 96. That means it looted the fragments that I didn't loot manually, but only if you leave the map through the exit window and not through the dead screen. Unique synthesis. For that, you need to find a node with astrology NPC. In my case, it was a Ganida map. I'm adding a Ganida map, and you have to do the map. While you're doing the map, look for the wheel icon on the map. The wheel icon is the astrology NPC, and that's where you're gonna do your unique synthesis. I cleared the area around it. There is also a bug that you might not find the astrology NPC because it doesn't show up or it's under the map textures. But those things are gonna be fixed pretty soon. It's early in the season. In the unique synthesis window, what you need to know is basically nothing. You add the uniques that you have and you synthesize. It costs 10 fisher fragments and 300k gold. It's expensive gold wise. What I do, I only keep high tier uniques from tier 31 to tier 35 because those give the highest chance to synthesize the tier 31s and tier 35s. That means you have a chance to acquire some transcended uniques. This time, this is how it looks like in the available unique items. There is basically every single one. That means to get a transcended item is really low chance, but possible. Why I say possible? Because I did a few syntheses. I don't know, it was sub 10 or so. And I managed to get transcended Spica light gloves. And these gloves are pretty good actually. I was happy. But yeah, I know some people are constantly doing the Wheel of Fate and synthesize around 5 transcended items a day. At least it was like that yesterday. So it all depends on how much you grind and how many syntheses you are gonna able to do. Don't be afraid, I saw some people doing 20 syntheses and getting no transcended items. You just have to hit your luck. The transcended items acquired in the unique synthesis, they are not sellable. You need to use the key that you can find in the in-game shop, and when you use the key, you can sell those on auction house. If you watch this video and you think, is it worth to play this season? I would say yes, just because of this system. Last season, we got quite a few free transcended items from the selection boxes. However, I feel like working for transcended items, in my case, it's a little bit more fun and you have at least some kind of goal in game. And the goal in game right now is definitely unique synthesis. Do the Wheel of Fate, gather as much gold as you can, gather all of the uniques, do not disassemble them, the high tier ones, and just pump Wheel of Fate non-stop. This way, you're gonna acquire some unique items, you can make some rubies, the game is gonna feel so much better. For now, this is where I leave this video. I still need a little bit more experience with the system. I want to grind it. I only did it for like a few hours yesterday. So there might be some changes. If there is changes, check the description, you're gonna see those in there. If I make too many mistakes in this video, I'm just gonna upload another one. But for now, GG's, bye-bye, and see you in the next one. Or you can find me when I'm live streaming, because I'm live streaming quite a bit at the season launch. Bye-bye, GG, and have a nice season.